Since I've been wanting to explore reality, Spirit has decided to open that door for me, and here we are. Let's explore reality. So, not everything you see is necessarily what it seems to be. I had this dream where there was a tree and there were yellow, orange things, spherical. It looks like fruits. When you see a tree and there are little round things that look colorful, ultimately you would assume they are fruits. And so in this dream, they look like fruits, but no, they were not fruits. Anyway, what this dream was communicating to me was learning to look at things closely. And for me, it's like looking at things closely, not only things that I'm seeing outside, but things that I'm experiencing within myself. Learning to look at my emotions closely, to not necessarily question, but observe. And also not necessarily to obtain meaning, but to allow something to unfold or to unravel. Then again, when we look at things and when we say not everything is what it seems to be, I feel like when we are just taking a look, we tend to see just the surface. Let's take a fruit, for example. When you are, let's say we have an apple, an orange on the table, and you're looking at it. One thing that can support the statement, not everything is what it seems, is that when we are looking at something, we're just looking at the surface of it. But then everything has a depth and an intricacy to it. When you are looking at an orange, a whole orange, okay, it's on the table, you're looking at it, but you're not seeing everything there is to the orange. When we cut into it, we see, oh, it has seeds, pulp, and it has everything that an orange has. So not everything we see is what it seems to be. Please try to follow my trail of thought. It becomes a little bit complicated trying to explain ideas, because in my mind I'm envisioning these things. So it's like communicating this to someone so that someone can envision it too. In this dream, as I said, there were things that I saw in a tree that seemed to be fruits, but they were not fruits necessarily. Okay. And then again, there, in this example where we have an orange on the table, it is a fruit. Yes, it is an orange, but what we are seeing is not all there is to it. Not everything is not what it seems. Sometimes what you look at and you judge, your mind makes this judgment of, okay, this is what I'm looking at. Sometimes that is not exactly what you're looking at. And then again, sometimes what you're looking at is just the surface of something that goes deeper. Let me not say, maybe it's we, or maybe it's just me. I don't know how every other person's brain works, but we tend to look at things and make a judgment about these things according to what it seems to be. We look at a person and maybe according to how they're dressed, how they speak, we make a judgment of something about them. We look at a fruit, and because the outside looks so nice, we make a judgment that this fruit is great, but maybe inside it's rotten. So it's the acknowledgement that there is depth and dimension, and Well, there's depth, multidimensionality, and so much more to every single thing than meets the eye. When you look at a tree, you're seeing the tree, but you're not necessarily seeing everything that makes up the tree. The a whole system within the tree that is, well, that is not necessarily visible at a glance, you know. And in the same way, it comes to people, and it applies to your very own self. You look at yourself, and well, as I was thinking about this, I realized how being a human being is a very is not just an intricate experience, but being human itself is very, well, as a human is like, okay, I have a body, then again I have a spirit, I have a soul, there's so much to my beingness. And it's not only me, but us, basically all humans. There is so much to what we are, to who we are, that, you know, we look at each other and we look at ourselves and make these assumptions about ourselves and about each other, forgetting to look beyond the surface and forgetting to consider the fact that there is such depth within each and every single one of us. Okay, so we have a body, then we have a soul, a spirit. I don't know if that is the same thing or if it's different, but we understand there is an aspect of us that is not physical, and that is what enlivens who we are, and that is who we are. They say we are a soul, we are a spirit having a human experience. We're not our body, right? We're not our body. So I was imagining this. Okay, I am a spirit, I am a soul, I'm not this body. So if where is my soul? Is it local in this body? Is it local in this body? Because if I want to cut my body into half or split it open, it will be all flesh and organs and everything. So where is the soul? Where does it occupy? I mean, you know, just thoughts. Anyway, there is more to everything that meets the eye. There is an intricateness and a depth that we are, and not only us, that everything is. You look at something and sometimes it goes over your head that there is more to this thing you're looking at than you are seeing. So how is this knowledge, how is this knowing important, how is it useful? I don't really know, but maybe knowing itself, just having an idea of something, opens you up to, it's just an energetic opening, you know. It opens you up to more experiences, to looking at the world differently. And maybe as small or as simple as that seems, it is impactful. And anyway, in a world where, or in a universe that is very, very intricate, I think the big difference is created in the small actions, the small intentions, you know. The little things, in a way, have a great impact. So yeah, there's more to everything than what meets the eye, and not everything you see is what it seems to be. So you can question, and if not questioning, just look closer. Look closer and be an observer and let that thing unfold. It could be what you're looking at outside in your environment. It could be someone, it could be a situation, or it could be just at yourself. your own experiences, your own emotions, your own thoughts. Just have a look, observe, look closer, and you know, what do you see? Yeah.